Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Objectively Bad podcast. My name is Dan. His name is Chad. Welcome. Did I say welcome twice
Hello.
there? I feel there's no need for me to say welcome twice though.
You could say welcome for a third time if you want.
Welcome.
There you go.
Minus the L.
Dan, this is a family-friendly podcast.
Is it? Is it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
If anyone's watched any of ours, I don't think it's that family-friendly.
I mean, it's not like pure, raw, unfiltered 18 plus triple X type shit.
Well, yeah. it's not us just like talking about
not yet, at
stuff.
least. Once we get to
Not
episode, I don't know, 700.
We've passed 69 is the problem.
I was gonna say, yeah, we kind of got past the point where it would have made sense
It's
to be
too
that type of
late.
pod. Well, if you want to
can't
hear
do
us,
like a
if
sex
you want us to
podcast.
become a 18 plus triple X rated podcast, we'll make an OnlyFans. Then we'll upload podcast episodes on there where it's just us talking about, I don't know, sex.
No, it's 18 plus, but not in the fun way. It's just us talking about like boring adulting things.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Paid my taxes today, like that kind of shit. And it's like, you said 18 plus. It's like, well, yeah, a kid wouldn't have to worry about this, would they?
No, it is funny. We not this episode, but last episode, Chad and I spent about 30 minutes to an hour in a Google Sheets document going over our finances.
Yeah, we did talk about our finances and excitedly talked about the way that we're organizing them. Mm-hmm. Because we're old and also we're nerds.
Yeah, what a fun way
I
to
think bad
live
attributes.
life. Yeah.
But yeah, Dan, recently you just completely messed up your sleep schedule.
Yes, and honestly,
For hopefully
I
a good
know
reason.
I know I was up to like 4 a.m. last night. That was kind of out of a choice because I was watching a League of Legends competitive game. But I've kind
Degenerate.
of fixed it already somewhat, which is kind of nice. But
Yeah, you woke up at a pretty decent time. You only woke up like maybe an hour later than normal, if not.
I woke up at
less.
11, which isn't terrible.
So what you're saying is I should give myself all the credit for fixing your sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yep. You know,
What do
I
I
really
win
fucked
with
it up
that?
though. I was going to bed at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., staying up all night for an event I took part in. A little Runescape event, which I've definitely mentioned before on the pod, on my second channel, on my main channel, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. It's my favorite game. So,
Wait, you like RuneScape?
no.
I thought you've literally never played the game before.
Nah. I mean, compared to how some people play the game, I might as well have not played it before because
Well-
I'm a bit of a noob compared to the people I was in this tournament with, but I wasn't horrendous. I held my own.
Sure. Dad, tell us a little bit about the tournament.
So, if you weren't part of the 12 people who watched the stream, I took part in an event called Dead Man Factions, which Dead Man is basically a separate game mode on RuneScape that is PvP pretty much everywhere in the world. So in the normal game, there's only PvP, player versus player, in like one specific part of the map called the Wilderness, and then like some game modes, like mini games you can fight other players. But usually it's pretty chill. But in Dead Man, except for a few little safe spots here and there, everywhere PvP is on, so you can fight and kill other players, take their loot, fuck them up basically. And there's also like really boosted XP rates because RuneScape is very well known for having like super slow leveling. Like it takes genuinely close to 100 hours to get to like max level in any given skill. But in Dead Man, that's sped up by quite a bit. And specifically in this version, it was sped up by like 1,000 times. So like you were getting level 99 in like 30 minutes. It was like ridiculously fast. It was really cool. So it means that like I got to play on a version of an account that was like way more buffed up than I've ever played on before. Better gear, better stats. And the idea of the event was to get together 150 or so creators, split them into 4 different teams, 4 factions, as the name suggests. The factions were based on 4 of the main gods in the RuneScape universe. There was Zamrock, the red team, which is like the evil god, the devil, kind of. Bandos, which was the green team, who's like the war god. Armadil, which was the yellow team, who's like... They're a good god. They're like a god of peace, I guess. I don't know. And then there is Saradomin, which is the team I was on, the blue team, which is like the good god, like just like the general good god. Saradomin has always been my favorite of the gods since I was a kid. So I'm happy I was put onto that team. And I was also happy because like the people I had on my team was full of like my favorite RuneScape content creators.
Nice.
Settled, Soup. You probably know who none of them are, but like they make really good content. My favorite RuneScape series of all time is a show called Gillenall Games, which I think I've told you before is like it's like Survivor but in RuneScape. Basically, he gets like 20 different content creators every week. Someone gets eliminated through challenges. He was on my team. Settled, who's the biggest RuneScape creator, was on my team. And just a bunch of other really cool people. Tierzu, who is how do I describe Tierzu? He basically makes videos about the world, like animals and stuff, but treats it like a video game. So he like rates the stats of like crocodiles and how fucking strong they are. Like what's their speed, what's their power. And he does like, you know how like video games have like updates with like patch notes, like this champion got buffed or nerfed. He does like patch notes for like, oh, in the Jurassic area, this animal was like way too strong, so we had to wipe it out with a meteor, and now these animals are stronger. So he was on my team as well, and a bunch of just other really cool people. Nice. And there was about, I think, 42 people per team, roughly, it averaged out to. And it was a 3-hour event. It was basically 2 hours of preparation. And there's a bunch of nitty gritty details that I won't go into about like a certain events happening where you can get better gear and stuff. But like 2 hours of preparing your accounts, getting the best stats and gear. And then at the end of the 2 hours, every single player got randomly teleported to a crater, a big like circle map. And it basically, at that point, permadeath was turned on, and it acted like a Fortnite battle royale, basically. So obviously, you could kill your teammates, but you try not to, obviously. Ideally,
there's no good reason to. It didn't seem.
So yeah, if you followed the guide by the people who set up the server, you could have like a plugin that showed like the color underneath your team, so you would know not to hit them. Although I think the biggest creator in the tournament, Tyler One, massive League of Legends streamer, just stream in general, has like 10 million followers across socials. He was on the event, and I watched his point of view afterwards, and he didn't have this like extra plugin on. So in the final zone, when there was 150 people, he had no names of like teammates, no colors of teammates. He was just fucking lost in a field.
No.
And in the Discord afterwards, like his teammates were posting clips of like them getting attacked by him. So that was fucking funny.
That's pretty funny. That's good.
But yeah, we got teleported into this like arena. It basically works like Fortnite. Fog closes in after a certain amount of time, and the winning team, obviously whoever has the players last alive. And if you don't want spoilers, click away. But my team demolished the competition.
Hell yeah.
It was not even slightly close. So there was, like I said, around 40 people per team. When we killed the last member of one of the remaining teams, we still had 29 people left.
Damn, dude.
It was a slaughter. And all the credit for that, obviously credit goes to everyone on the team for like doing their part. Like, so the thing is, we were the biggest underdogs as well. We were the dark horses of the competition because I think we had the most like non-RuneScape players, like people who were like newbie at the game or weren't content creators for that game. We had the most of them. And then even of the RuneScape creators we did have in our team, none of them were really like hardcore PvPer players. So the other teams had people who like their whole thing. It's like when you play RuneScape, there's kind of two worlds. There's people who like play like the rest of the game, and there's people who do only PvP, and that's like all they do. We had like almost none of those people. We had like one person pretty much who's like a PvP person. Everyone else is just like other content, other fun stuff. So like we just didn't have a good team for that, basically. But what we did have was like incredible planners and strategists. Like I think there were people in our team who like over the course of the 2 or 3 weeks we had this Discord server, like chatted like 2,000 to 3,000 messages individually each. We had an entire Google document which had images of like what gear we were meant to have at the finale. We had like a 50-step process of how to start our accounts to get them up to the right point. We had like 3 different videos showing exactly what to do at different points in the challenge. The guys who like planned it out for us killed it, because when it came to the final fight, we just destroyed it. We had a plan basically to everyone meet up in this spot. Once we've all met together, we push in towards the final zone, and it just worked out for us that we pushed in and sandwiched another team between another team. So we kind of third-partied them. killed them very easily, then killed the other guys very easily, and then we just destroyed them. It was really, really good. On a personal note, like on top of the awesome victory, on a personal note, I was quite stressed because I'm not that good at RuneScape at all compared to the people I was playing with. My main goal was just don't embarrass myself and try and stay alive as long as possible, and I survived right to the end. I died to the storm because we killed everyone, and the storm was the only way everyone else died. So, and in the
how many kills did you get?
So that's the thing. It's kind of difficult to tell. I don't know if I got the final hit on anyone, but like I helped kill a bunch of people basically.
Okay.
And it's kind of like we all just like, so to try and explain this in as easy way as possible. There's two different types of attacks in RuneScape. This is a very basic explanation, but you can hit single people, like single target, or multi. You can have like spells or certain special attacks that hit like 5 people at once or whatever. So our main strategy was, there's a weapon called the Dragon Crossbow, and it has a special attack that if you hit the special attack, it explodes in like a 3x3 radius and hits all people inside. Our strategy was basically everyone have a Dragon Crossbow, and then when the person who was like leading the team said now, everyone hit that special attack and just exploded whoever was in the middle. And we did that. We had an item that basically guaranteed a hit as well. So we did that a bunch of times and just decimated teams like that. So I don't know if I got the final hit on anyone necessarily, but like I contributed.
You were involved.
I was involved. I didn't die straight away. I wasn't a detriment to my team, and that's all that really mattered to me. And then outside of the actual finale, I only died twice. Once I died because I teleported to a location. I had nothing on me, like no armor or food. So I just kind of got unlucky. And then the other time I died to maybe one of the top 3 PvPers in the whole tournament. So I wasn't really going to do much against that, to be honest.
So was this in the like prep stage that you died?
Prep, yeah. So in the prep stage,
okay, so you come back.
Died, you come back. You just lose whatever you had on you. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so you would kind of like the prep stage, you were still in a big area where you could interact with other people. Yeah,
the prep stage, you were on like the main map, basically. So you could go wherever you wanted, but there's like, for how short this challenge was and what you typically do for PvP, there's only really so many areas you're going to go to get like the right gear and stuff. So most of the time you were around people. Yeah. And then it was in the final area where it's quite like a small crater that you go to.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun event. I was in a Discord call. We had everyone in the Discord, but we had like certain different groups. Like we split our team up into 4 teams. 2 of those teams focused on getting gear for people. Another team focused on getting those crossbows I was talking about. And then another team focused on getting like skilling items to make like the bolts for the crossbow and some other like pieces of jewelry that helped and stuff. I was on the team helping getting armor, and we just like sat in a call there together. The experienced players were helping us out. It was just overall a really, really cool experience. It's like my favorite memory on on the game by far. I really didn't expect to win. Like I was going into it thinking like, I just want to have a fun time. I want to not die instantly in the final. If we don't win, we don't win. Because like, like talking to the other RuneScape creators who obviously know a lot more of the people and their skill level than I do, they were all saying like, yeah, the other teams are fucking stacked. We're probably not going to have, we don't have like the best PvPers. We don't have the best, like most RuneScape creators. We have a lot of noobs. We're just going to try our best. And then we end up just like going crazy. Like even I was watching it back, like the live stream, because there was the person who hosted it, Solo Mission. He hosted it with Jagex, who are the creators of the game. And he basically was a commentator. He was like going around the map, looking at things, commentating it. And there's multiple points throughout the whole live stream where he's like, Team Saradomin, my team, these guys are cooked. They're so down bad. Look at them. They all just died. They have no gear. I don't think they have any chance at winning. And then when it came to the finale, we just wiped the floor with them. It was beautiful.
Nice.
So good.
Do you think it almost benefited you to not have a bunch of PvP guys because you had a bunch of planners?
Yeah.
Instead, who could then make, because there's a lot of PvP guys, but are these PvP guys doing big player versus player, or are they mostly doing a lot of solo player versus player? Because those tactics become very different.
There's definitely a mix. I think there are a lot. So the thing is, like, for example, I think a lot of people agree that this guy called Odablock is the best PvP in the game. He's like one of the bigger RuneScape creators. He's one of the best in the game. However, he's obviously good at like big combat, but like for the most part, when you're doing PvP, it is a 1v1 thing, like a lot of the time. So like I saw Odablock in the finale. He can't really show off his 1v1 skill because like he just got stacked in. He got like frozen, and then we just like hit him with like explosives, and he just died like really quickly. So like a lot of the really good players that like in a 1v1 would kill me in a fucking instant, they just stood no chance because of our strategy. And the thing that worked really well was that, from what I've heard with the other teams, because there was a lot more experienced players in the other teams, there was probably a lot more like butting heads about like what to do. People maybe thinking they're good enough to go off and do their own thing and not listen.
Sure.
I think honestly our team having a lot of inexperienced players that just kind of acted like cogs in the machine actually helped a lot, because everyone just did their job perfectly. The experienced players, like in the final like zone with the gas and all that shit, we had every single person in one Discord call, 40 different people, but only three or four people had their mics on, and they were the people calling shots. Go here, kill these people, look here, do this. And that helped so much because we were by far, without a doubt, the most organized team. We were a unit, whereas other people were kind of like, you know, they weren't terrible, but they were kind of all over the place a bit more. And I think strategy just won it for us, really.
Nice. Yeah, I find, I mean, I can't make too big of a comparison because I don't think I've played like such a large scale. But when you play like these bigger like group games, like COD 6v6, you like if it's just, you know, like team deathmatch, you can kind of just fucking
do whatever. You
dick
can
off and do whatever you
individually
want.
Win a game.
You can individually play a game, but like take something like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, you can be fucking cracked. But if the rest of your team sucks, you're probably not winning a 1v3 or 1v4. And if they realize that you're really good, everyone's just gonna kill you. And so like if everyone is mid but good at like playing their part versus a bunch of egos that want to do their own things, not to say that there was a bunch of egos necessarily, but like a bunch of people who are really good at soloing, it almost can make it worse because it's not a solo game.
Yeah. The massive like my role as well as like 10 other people on my team was like, okay, stay with the team, stay alive, use the special attack when I'm told to. That's it. Like that's all I had to do. And it was like by the end, I used like there was like one point in the finale where I got frozen for like 15 seconds and I was getting hit a lot, but I used my food and potions at the correct times. I did exactly what was needed of me, got out of there and survived. Like I took more damage to the storm at the end when everyone else was dead than I did to other teams. It was beautiful. I could not have asked for it to go any better. I mean, the only thing that would have been better is if I was in a 1v1 versus Tyler 1 at the end and killed him when he was on streams like 40k people. But like that's not gonna happen.
That's not happening. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like when we do heists, you know way more than like me and Alon. You tell me what to do and I do it. Like
exactly. There was like
I know how to play the game. I'm sure I could figure it out myself, but I'm like, I know you know what you're doing. I know you have a plan. If we're all on the same page, you say jump, I say how high, and then we get a bunch of
Exactly. Yeah, there was a bunch of people in our Discord chat that were just like, hey, I'm just here to do what you tell me. I was one of them, and it worked. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And also, like, we, like, before the actual event, we were all, like, a lot of us were in a Discord call, like, an hour before, going over everything. 2 days before, we had, like, a 3-hour, like, training session where a bunch of, like, the newer players came in, and we did, like, a little group PvP session against each other just to, like, practice, like, listening to the shot calls and everything. It's really funny, though, because there were, like, in that training session, we had 2 teams, one led by a guy called Elliot, one led by a guy called Mika. And it was, and we like switched around the players so we could like listen to the different leaders, like how they like explain things and all that. It was really funny because Elliot was like using like nautical directions. He was like, run north, run west, run east. And there's a compass in the game, so it's easy. Meanwhile, fucking Mika is like, go left, go right.
Go up, go down.
Yeah, which is not helpful when your camera's looking different directions, but he's chill. They're like, on top of the win, on top of just having a fun time, I'm really happy with the team because everyone was so nice and welcoming,
Nice.
especially to new players. Even like the first after like 20 minutes in the challenge, we had like this starter route planned out where we followed, like I said, like 50 steps or so to like get ourselves in a good position. And I was like following it well. I knew like I'd be completely fine at doing that. I was only going to struggle with the PvP really. But like I was doing that, and then Elliot, who was like one of the leaders of the team, like literally like messaged me saying like, "Good job, man, you're doing really well." I'm like, "Thank
Hell
you,
yeah,
man."
dude. That's so nice.
It's like just like a boost to my confidence.
Yeah. Sometimes the tiniest bit of like positive reinforcement can go such a long way.
Yeah, and like we didn't have like, I know like the other teams, like I said, Tyler won an Oda block. They're both very big personalities. They were on the same team. I think some other teams had some of those like really big, loud personalities. Not like they're bad people or anything, but like just
They're just more extroverted,
like big entertainers, like screaming, going crazy over clips and everything. We had like a lot of like very chill people, and I think not having those big personalities like really overpower or clash helped a lot as well, because it just felt like more of a cohesive unit. Felt like a family, like go in together.
Hell yeah. But not the kind where it's like you apply to a job and they're like, yeah, we're like a family here.
No, not like
not
that.
that kind of family, hopefully.
No. That's
all of a sudden
nightmare.
you're working 80 hours at this RuneScape like a week, and you're like, wait
some
a
some people kind of did for this event.
Some people probably did. Yeah, it kind of sounds like they put the work in.
For sure.
Now, to be fair, I'm sure they probably didn't stream it, but I'm sure they probably recorded a bunch of it and put it out. I was like, maybe they streamed it, but then
people are getting content from this event.
Yeah.
It's also a thing of like this, like the majority of RuneScape creators kind of know each other. It's a really like close circle of people. Like
nice.
even there's hundreds of people, thousands of people making RuneScape content. A lot of them know each other, but even still, this like helps build more connections. Like I got a few more like followers on. I got a few more people I follow on Twitter and follow me back from this, which is nice. You know, if I get invited back again, hopefully I'll be like remembered a bit. Like even I was watching back the live stream of the event, and I got caught in 4K getting killed by this guy Reese, who was like one of the best PvPers. Like they cut to me just dying, and then Solo Mission, the person who hosted the event, said like, "Here's Lankmandan. I think he's a GTA YouTuber, so I don't know how good he is at his PvP skills." I'm just like, he actually did research and like, knew what I did. Let's go.
He knew
that's awesome
150 people or so.
Yeah, I was like low-key kind of impressed that he actually like, because like my naming game, because we had to make new accounts for this, and the naming convention we had to do was DF, standing for Dead Man Factions, and then our name. But the RuneScape name creator, you can only have like so many characters, so like DF Lankmandan was too long, so I just did DF Lank, and even from that he was like, "Oh yeah, Lankmandan." I was like, he actually like recognized all people. That's really sick.
It's really cool, and you're like, oh man, people did the work on this.
Yeah, it's also weird because I feel like such like a small and new creator, but I have like more subs than him. Obviously,
but
subs
it's
don't
like
mean
you're
everything.
No, they don't mean anything. You're also going into a community where like the RuneScape community is going to know all these people more than you, probably because you're just not a RuneScape.
No, there's not a single person there that would have really known me. I don't think.
It's really awesome you did it. I was jealous. Not that I play RuneScape, but like it sounds like a really cool ass event.
It was a super cool event. It's one of like my favorite things I've ever done through being a creator. Like by far, like it's just I don't want to talk about it for too long, but like I've been playing RuneScape since I was 7 years old. Like it's like my favorite game of all time, and now I'm being invited to partake in official events put on by the creators of the game. Like this is the biggest like single collaboration event on the game ever of all time, and I'm a part of it. Like it's just like it's so weird.
It's really cool. It's really cool. You know what, Dan? I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We just cry for like 5 minutes.
That'd be nice, yeah.
That'd be nice. And then I don't edit it out.
Moving on from that, though, my day just kept getting better after that because Manchester United beat Arsenal 3-2. So that was cool. And then
I know. So actually, I want to give this. I get this fucking text. I wake up in the morning. This guy, it was a mix of emotions for me. Because he goes, man, I just had the best day ever. I played RuneScape. We won. And I'm reading this text. I'm like, oh, nice. That's awesome. And he goes, and my soccer team won. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really like them. But okay. And he's like, and I fucking crushed all of you in Fantasy Premier League. And I was like, this motherfucker. But also I think I was mad. And then I just realized it was jealousy.
Yeah, and then
Because
also
it was a good day.
on top of that, the League of Legends team I support won their first game in 4. So
Hell yeah.
that's cool. Literally, before I played RuneScape, the event, I was like, okay, there's 3 things on today I care about. If one of 3 of them end up winning, I'll be happy. Went 3 for 3, baby. Could not have been better.
That's pretty good.
Genuinely.
That's pretty good. Dan, I think you need to start putting money on the lottery. Or maybe you needed to do it on that day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe it's past.
It's too late now.
Too late now.
Yeah, well.
Never play the lottery again.
Nah.
You were gonna win it on that day. I want to let you know, like full.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah.
Win it. Yeah.
Cool. That's great.
But you got everything else.
Yeah, I got pride.
You got pride.
Who needs money?
Is cool.
It's funny. I texted 2 YouTuber friends because they messaged about United winning, and I was like, yeah. Also on top of that, I fucking won this RuneScape event. I took part in, and one of them responded like, "Oh, cool." The other responded like, "What'd you win?" I was like, "Pride."
Yeah.
Pride, baby. Let's
They're like,
go.
oh, you get like money or like a shout out? Nah.
Nope. Pride.
Nice. Have they like talked at all about another event? Or I mean, I know it just happened, so.
I mean, the creators in the Discord server have talked about this being like a yearly thing, possibly.
Okay.
I don't see why it wouldn't, because this also. So the reason why they did it then is because right after the event ended, they went on to. I don't know if it's not RuneFest. They went on to. I can't remember the name of what it was, but basically like
another big event.
A big display event for the upcoming content for the next year on RuneScape.
Okay. That's cool.
So they showed like the next like big like bossing event, the next big like quest expansion, all this stuff, and it was the highest viewed one of those streams ever. So like, there's no reason not to do this event again if they want like next year, because it got views. People seem to really enjoy it. I'm sure a lot of the people playing would love to run it back to try and win. I don't know if I would get invited back. If it happens a year from now, GTA 6 has come out, I'm an even bigger creator. I don't see why I wouldn't get an invitation back. I'd definitely partake again, of course.
Yeah.
Super fun.
As you should. As you should. Well, Dan, I think this was a very cool event for you. I think it was very fun. I think, like we said, it was very well put together. A lot of people, put the time and effort into it, did all the research. Let's talk about something where that doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah.
I think another topic you have for us today, Slop.
Slop. Yeah, I was sensing a transition there. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yes, specifically when I'm talking about Slop, talking about media slop, TV, movie slop. Because, well, you were just mentioning before the podcast, you won tickets to go see a movie from a radio show.
Yes, so this is kind of how we got started. My local radio does like a music survey. I listen to the radio station. It takes 5 minutes out of my day. I get to listen to like new music that's coming out, which is always fun. And then I get to give my opinion. If there's a song that I love, I can keep telling them I love it. If I hate it, I can tell them I hate it. Please stop playing it. Hasn't worked yet. But as an incentive, they give out tickets to stuff. I want to say they give out concert tickets. Most radio stations give out tons of concert tickets all the time, but they also, for like cheaper prizes, give out movie tickets. And I got an email a couple days ago that was like, hey, you got 2 tickets to an like, not all access, like preview. Oh God, what's the my brain is blanking. The movie hasn't come out yet.
Opening? Pre-screening?
No, it's like a pre-screening of a movie that's coming out. I'm seeing it Tuesday, so by the time this is out, I'll have already seen it. It comes out Friday, so tomorrow, when this comes out. Yep. For a movie called Shelter. I hadn't heard of the movie, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I won free tickets. I'm kind of curious to see what like this event will be like. Will it be something interesting? Like, will they do more, or will it just be like you get to watch the movie before everyone else does, and I just happen to get tickets? Like, I don't know. I'll probably tell you guys about it next week. I'll tell you about it next week. Yeah.
Hopefully you get to walk the red carpet and become a celebrity because of this.
What if I showed up and it's like Jason Statham? So it's Shelter, Jason Statham movie. Other people are in it. Bill Nye's in it. Other actors that I don't
Bill Nye, the
remember
science guy, or the other one?
No, Bill Nye. with a Y at the end. The really old British guy.
Yeah, I like him. I like him.
Cool.
He's good. He's in About Time, my favorite movie.
Oh, nice. He's also in he's Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's also in another movie that I watched recently.
Haven't seen it ever.
Obviously, God damn it, they're good. I don't think they're like. It's not like Lord of the Rings good where you're like, fuck, that's so good. The trilogy at least is good. They make other movies, don't watch them.
I know I would like it. It's just one of those things I've just never got around to.
They're really fun movies, and it's a good trilogy. The actors are great. I also watched a movie recently called Emma. It's like a period piece. Had a minute. It's good. Anyways, it looks like your generic Jason Statham movie. He's an ex-special forces, ultra assassin, and he's off the grid, and for whatever reason they want to get him for something that I don't know of, and he's got to kill a bunch of people and solve what they're trying to get him and stop them from getting him.
Yep.
It's from the trailer, it looks like it's a Bourne movie without the whole memory wipe stuff.
Yep. And then from that is where I coined the term, which is definitely the first time anyone's ever said it, and I'm going to take copyright ownership of it. Action slop.
Yeah.
It feels like action slop. It's just a typical action movie.
It's a generic.
The same fucking like plot line with the same actors, with the same set pieces, with the same everything. They're not necessarily bad movies. They're just like fine.
Diesels.
Yep, true.
Yeah.
They're not bad. They're not offensive. They're just kind of like they're just there. They get made every year.
They're just there.
They're just to consume for the unintelligent, uncurious mind who wants to watch the same thing over and over again.
I mean, sometimes you just need to watch. You just need to kind of turn your brain off and watch a movie.
I agree.
However, there's a point where you're like, well, you could turn your brain off and watch this, or there's 50 other things that are almost exactly the same prior. And I feel like at least a lot of more recent action movies, not all, because there are good action movies coming out. Like, we're going to talk about it, but like, I don't want to say that nothing coming out is good. I'm not pulling that boomer stance of like, back in the day it was good and now it's new and it's bad. But I think there's so many movies that producers or like studios are just going into it, just playing it really safe. And they're like, we're just going to make a movie that we know it works because it's basically the plot of another movie that did well. And we're going to pull a big name or two and you're going to go, I like that actor. I'll go watch that movie. And then you don't have to pay writers because they didn't write anything. They just plugged something in and was like, yeah, this works. Like you get one writer. Yeah,
just to say about like unintelligent watchers, I don't mean there's anything wrong with watching these movies. It's just when it becomes like the standard thing you always go to and are excited for and the only thing you watch, it does become a bit like, okay, there's actual like good stuff out there to watch. And when I say good stuff, I don't mean like Citizen Kane and 12 Angry Men. I just mean like there's movies that were made with like passion and the love of the game, and these movies are being made for just pure profit and kind of nothing else. Like no one, I'm sorry, whoever directed it and wrote that movie, they didn't grow up wishing to write that movie. It's not like a dream project of theirs, probably. It's just like another action movie to get out there to help it makes money. Keep the ball rolling,
It's safe. It makes money. We've had movies come out, I guess not this year because it's 2026, and I don't know if I've watched a new movie this year, but last year in December, the Knives Out movie. It was great. It was really good. It's a new movie. It was really good. So like, we're making good stuff.
Yeah. I was going to compare it to like Slate myself. These action movies, it's like Broke the Ball in episode 83. It's like, it's just another thing in the pipeline. It's not a Three Idiots video. It's not cinema. It's just like another episode. It's just like another standard thing that they get out there because they just they need to keep making money a little bit here and there.
Sure.
But you like on that point of money, I want to go through some of the points as to the reason why I think this is happening more with like these movies coming out that like are just kind of like the same concept, like 6 out of 10 movies. Sometimes you get one that's like a little bit better. Like for example, I think Fall Guy that came out like 2 years ago now with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
it's similar. It's almost action slop, but I think there's just enough like heart in it and like difference that it makes it a little bit better. First of all, I think Ryan Gosling just has like a lot of charisma that it brings to the role that like a lot of action stars don't have. I also think conceptually the idea of Fall Guy, an action movie played by a guy who's like a fake stunt, who's like a fake action man, a stunt man, is a lot more interesting than like a gritty ex-Navy SEAL who is like the best combat man in the world.
It's been done before.
It's the same thing.
It's been done a billion times.
Having a ex-stunt guy that has like PTSD and trauma from the role having to like do all these like actual action sequences is really funny because he's like actually like terrified and acting like a bitch half the time. So that's a good example of like an action slot movie that's a bit elevated from like the normal stuff. But I think a big reason, there's obviously a lot of them, but I think a big reason why this type of standardized movies keep happening is because seemingly movie studios have just over the past like few decades spend more and more and more every single movie for like getting the big name actors in, making the VFX look good, hiring or like flying to countries to get the right set pieces and all that stuff, hiring fucking all the shit. They spend more and more money, but they're not necessarily making more and more money as much. So what they do is instead of taking risk on a cool concept that has more of a potential to flop, they go with the safe option. They know it's going to make this amount of money almost every single time. Then it will go on a streaming service and get top fucking 10 on Netflix for a few weeks. It will recoup them their fucking like losses and make them a bit of money. And then they move on to the next project that will do the exact same thing because they don't want to take the risk and lose a bunch of money for no reason.
I think a lot of those people are going to the theaters, so there's a lot less money in actual movie tickets. It's why you see movie tickets will be like $25 sometimes in like more expensive areas. But like movie tickets used to be like a couple bucks. Not like in our lifetime, movie tickets used to be like $5.
Yeah. I remember like going to the cinemas in Germany like 10 years ago. We would get like tickets for like €10, €10.
Yeah. Not bad at all. So I think there's partially that, like, they're just making less money. They're also not making, like, really any DVD sales. I know DVDs are getting produced, but, like, not a whole lot.
It's straight to streaming platforms for the most part.
It's straight to streaming, which brings in I don't know. The problem is it's hard to tell what people are actually making because a lot of times streaming services aren't necessarily showing, like, we paid this guy this much to have the movie. Like, we don't know the like margins of profit on anything is, or even revenue, but also, I mean, we could presume it's low. No one's buying DVDs. It's also it's going to streaming like 2 months after the theaters.
Yep.
Why would I pay $20 for a ticket, $15 for a bucket of popcorn when I could just see it at my house for free?
Yeah, like back in the day, when the new Harry Potter came out, you went and saw it straight away because if you don't go and watch it, you're going to have to wait 6 months for the DVD to come out and you're still going to have to pay like $10 to go watch it. So you go to the cinema and watch it. Nowadays, I didn't even go to see the new Avatar. I was going to, but then I'm like, it'll be out on streaming soon enough. I was also really busy, which didn't help.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's going to be out. I still haven't watched Sinners, but like whenever I want to, I can go watch it. I still haven't watched Thunderbolts. Whenever I want to, I can go watch it. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue. This is kind of between the point of money and another issue I have is that like studios just have a real big erection for getting the big name actors for every fucking movie.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming like a genuine issue where like you can't, like, it's very rare you see like a new big movie without a recognizable actor playing the lead or something. And it gets like, obviously really good actors, it's not a problem because they can blend into the role and like you can believe they are the person they're playing. But with really big actors who maybe aren't as good, like a Jason Statham, like a The Rock, like, no disrespect to him, but Tom Holland sometimes, you just kind of see them as either themselves or as their other roles. It kind of takes away from the movie sometimes. And I just don't get why they're so, I know it's because they think the big actors are going to bring in more money, but it just doesn't
exactly why.
It just doesn't make for as good cinema, I feel.
Well, so let's take the Uncharted movie that came out a couple years ago. I
Yes.
fucking love Uncharted. I've played those games so many times. Tom Holland, I don't think is a bad actor. I think he's young. I mean, he's older than me, so I guess he's not that young. Back then, he was younger, and I think he played that Spider-Man role really well. I think he played Drake fine. He was a younger version, which was already like, all right, like you're already kind of copping out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he clearly cared. He clearly put a lot of effort. And then they're like, all right, we got to attract people because not everyone knows the Uncharted games. Tom Holland, he was big at the time. Spider-Man coming out. Tom Holland was in a bunch of stuff. You get a lot of like actors of the season kind of thing.
Yep.
I feel like Glenn Powell is one right now where
Yep.
we're getting Glenn Powell in a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a fine actor, but like, does he blow my mind? No. Do I need to see him 5 times a year? No. Pedro Pascal we're getting a lot of. But at that time, Tom Holland was popping off. Put Tom Holland in a movie. You dress him up like Drake, he kind of looks like a young Nathan Drake. It works. And then they cast Mark fucking Wahlberg.
Who was like better.
Which is terrible casting.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg, I feel like would have been a better Nathan Drake because at least he's more age appropriate.
Yeah.
Like
he's probably a little older, but honestly, he'd work better as Nathan Drake than he would as Sully.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
1,000%.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They didn't even make him look like him. Hell, they barely made him act like him. They basically just looked at him and went, you're Mark Wahlberg and you're in an action movie. I think Mark Wahlberg is another actor who is often kind of just the same character. I've seen him in multiple movies and I'm like, it's just Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I agree.
But they know that, you put some big names in there, people go, like, I'm not calling Shelter like, oh, it's the movie about like the guy on the run. I look at it, if I'm describing it to someone, I go, it's the Jason Statham movie.
Yeah.
Because that's the only like defining thing for me. And I think a lot of studios go, well, if we pay an actor a bunch of money, our marketing is so much easier because then we don't have to actually market this as a good movie. We can just market it as, you have trust in this actor. They're not going to be in a bad movie.
Yeah, you make a really good point. If you have a movie with big actors, sort of the differential to tell whether it's a good or bad movie is whether you describe it by what the movie's about compared to who the actors are in it. Like a big movie that has big actors, but you don't describe by the actors, you describe by the plot, is like Interstellar. I'm not describing Interstellar as the Matthew McConaughey space movie. I'm describing it as
not
like
the Anne Hathaway space movie.
No, I'm describing it as like the epic space movie where love is the fourth dimension and they go to a planet where time, like a year passes every 7 seconds. Like it's iconic as hell. And also, I will say, one thing that I feel like needs to happen more, I love it when big name actors are not like shown in trailers or like really on the front cover of things and then just show up for like 10, 20 minutes in a movie and then fuck off. Like again, Matt Damon in Interstellar was great. Matt Damon in Thor, is it Ragnarok or Love and Thunder where he's like one of the actors that is playing like
Ragnarok.
Thor or Loki?
He's in
That's
Ragnarok
awesome.
and he plays Loki.
That was great. There was also, this is, okay, I know it's a bit ironic. This was an action slot movie. It was called like Heads of the State. It was Idris Elba and John Cena playing the president of the US and the prime minister of the UK. I actually thought it was like quite a fun movie, a good dynamic.
Sure.
But in that movie, it got like an hour into it and they went into some safe house in some European country. And then Huey from The Boys is just like there for a bit.
Yeah.
And he's just like there for like half an hour and then just fucks off. I'm like, I feel like that's a fun way to have like a celebrity that it's like you're not expecting to be in the movie, come play a quick role and then just leave. They don't need to be the face of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'll take 28 Years Later, which came out last year, which it's not action slap. It was a good movie. 28 Days Later is an amazing film. 28 Weeks Later exists. 28 Years Later, I thought was really good. In the marketing, Ralph Fiennes is in that so much.
Yep.
So much. He's maybe got 20 minutes of screen time at the end. He's really good in that 20 minutes, but it's like, he's a big part of the marketing. I like the reverse, Lori, like you said, they're not really in the marketing a whole lot because they're not necessarily that big of a part. But then like someone pops up and you're like, this guy's in this movie? That's kind of cool. Like it's kind of a fun moment for like a first time watch as well.
Yeah, okay. Similar to the whole entire idea about like studios playing it safe and needing to get the profits to make sure their movie is successful. I feel like marketing and trailers have gotten so bad recently because like they kind of just show all the actors that are in it. They kind of show all of the movie a lot of the time in the trailer because like they're trying to basically goad you into watching it because movie tickets are more expensive. They want to like absolutely make sure that you are going to go see it. So they show you all the best parts and coolest parts of the movie in the trailer. I miss just being surprised about who's in the movie, what happens. And obviously you can still do it, but like you need to stay off social media. You need to not see the trailer in a movie you've gone to previously. It's a lot of work to go into something blind nowadays.
It's difficult. It can be really hard. I think Infinity War is a great example where like, I don't think the trailer gave anything away. I don't think you really know what's going to happen. Maybe if you have comic book knowledge, you know what's going to happen. But like watching the trailer, you're like, all I know is this guy's big and this guy's bad and the Avengers are getting together and shit's going to get fucked up. I also appreciate that like in the trailers, they actually throw some red herrings in there. Like Hulk is in a scene as the Hulk. And then in Infinity War, he won't Hulk up again after that fight with Thanos. And so it's actually different. I appreciate that, but like you don't know the plot of the movie. Fast forward only a couple years later to Far From Home, or not Far From Home. Whatever the third Spider-Man movie was.
What is it called? Homecoming, Far From Home,
Homecoming,
then No Way Home. No Way Home.
No Way Home. No Way Home came out. I thought it was a really good movie. It's a lot of fan service, but like you're allowed to do that. Yeah. That trailer and the trailers they put out, you knew basically everything. The only secret they were hiding was the other two Spider-Men, but also they didn't do that good a job of hiding it. And they also made it really obvious that it was going to happen because it was like a lot of people were talking about it happening. You're bringing back specifically villains and their actors from the other like Sam Raimi and Andrew Garfield. I don't know why I specified Sam Raimi. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. And you're not going to have them like, we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching the movie. I could have told you what happened in that movie based on the trailer.
Yeah, I like before going into it, you kind of knew, all three Spider-Men are going to get together and defeat the villains.
You know, they showed all the villains. They showed Doctor Strange. They showed a big fight with all the villains. Honestly, I think what they should have done, don't show a single villain. Don't tell me any of the villains. Be that a complete surprise. Just show the parts where he's kind of fighting with Doctor Strange. Yeah. Because that in and of itself, that hooks me. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, like you get why the fuck is he fighting his friend?
Like, yeah, you get two New York-based superheroes. They're fighting each other. You're like, what's going on? I'm assuming one of them isn't evil because they both seem pretty good. I'm assuming that like maybe there's some weird stuff. Maybe there's multiverse. Like I don't know, but like they're fighting over some object.
Yeah.
Like just show me a little bit of that. Don't show me a single villain. Because all of those villains are fan servicey. Like oh my god, like I can't believe it.
I think the most they could have done
Toby
is shown. Andrew. You could have shown the scene where like Ned opens a portal because like that's cool and stuff. Like why does Ned know how to use fucking magic now?
Yeah.
And you can see him open the portal and maybe you see like a figure starting to walk through, but don't make it Andrew Garfield on the trailer. Make it someone else.
Yeah.
And then when you see the movie, you're like, oh my god, it's
like oh shit. Yeah.
Again, that's the thing that Infinity War did really well. Like going into that movie, I didn't know how it was going to end, and the fact that it ended with a loss was really cool. And just don't get that as much anymore.
No.
Well, so this is like a very different tangent, but just speaking on like the predictability of like movie endings. Speaking about the Elder Scrolls again, I want to talk about the Elder Scrolls 6 and 7, the plans for it, because there was an interview that came out with not 6, 7. No.
Sorry, you said it.
I know.
Look, it's popular with the kids these days, Dan. We got to keep up with the lingo. Yeah.
There was an interview that came out with an ex-Bethesda member who was, I want to get his name right because I completely forgot, Kurt Kuhlman, who was the co-lead on Skyrim. So he was like the number 3 guy in charge of Skyrim. So big person from the company. He left Bethesda after Starfield, and he just came out recently with like a big interview talking about a lot of stuff with the company. So basic rundown, when Skyrim ended, Todd Howard, who's the CEO of Bethesda, promised this guy, Kurt Coleman, that he was going to be the lead writer for the Elder Scrolls 6. 11 years later, Elder Scrolls 6 only started getting worked on after Starfield was released, so like 2 years ago. And he basically said, plans have changed. That's not happening. You're not the lead writer anymore. So he left the company. And he's come out and done an interview and saying what his ideas for the Elder Scrolls 6 were. So if he was the lead writer, this is what the game would have been. The game was going to be post Skyrim, the Thalmor would have taken over, and the Thalmor would have become the primary dominant power on the continent. They would have defeated the Stormcloaks. They would have had the Imperials in continued submission, as they would have been, and they would have won basically. They're racist fucking. They're basically Nazis. The bad guys would have won. They suck. And the plot of Elder Scrolls 6 would have been, or I think no, they wouldn't have won, but they would have they've been the dominant power.
They have power still.
They would have been the dominant power, and the plot of the Elder Scrolls 6 would have been, you're fighting against the Thalmor. They're the big enemy. And at the end, and his plan for it would have been, at the end of the Elder Scrolls 6, you lose. The Thalmor completely win and take over the whole continent, and that sets up Elder Scrolls 7 to go ahead and fight back against them.
Okay, that's sweet.
Which is cool as fuck.
The thing is, you'd have to kind of make those 2 games release like almost back to back.
Exactly. So that's the thing he said. That's the thing Kurt Coleman said in the interview. He said that would have been awesome to do, but with Bethesda's release schedule, and I think this is part of the reason why they didn't let him be the lead writer, is like, you can't have a cliffhanger and a lost scenario and then another 10, 15 year wait for the follow-up. You just can't do that.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen it, but I'm not necessarily mad at Bethesda, because if you're making a movie and you go to a studio and you're like, I want it to be 2 movies, it's a good idea, like, let me roll with it, and they go, we can't do that, then I'd be like, fuck you guys. You don't make a video game, especially an open world RPG AAA video game, in a short period of time. And then you'd have to extend Elder Scrolls 6 even more. Yeah. Because realistically, you'd have to make both games almost simultaneously. Release one when they're both done, or the second one's nearly done. And then a year or 2 later, release the other one. However, I would love that so much. I would actually wait for that.
Well, like he said the plan would be like, overall the Thalmor would have won in the Elder Scrolls 6, but there would have been like a small victory, such as similar to like Elder Scrolls 4, such as like finding a remaining person of like the bloodline for the Emperors, or like teaming up with someone who has the ability to overthrow them in the next game. But you like, there's a small victory but a large loss, kind of like how Infinity War ended, where like there was still hope, I guess.
Sure, there's still like some superheroes left.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously that's not happening anymore. But yeah, it just goes to show that like when you're playing it safe, when you want to, make money, not lose, you play it safe, you have the good guys win, you get the famous actors in there, you do all the same set pieces and stuff. It just becomes very boring, mindless slop content. Happens with video games, happens with TV, happens with movies. And I kind of miss a bit of heart and soul and authenticity in content. And it does happen still. Obviously, it does still happen.
It still happens.
It does happen less and less with like at least the popular side of media. Like the stuff that the majority of people are watching is more sloppy than not. Like reality TV, the Beast Games,
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I agree. I think more big name companies aren't taking the risks and making really cool, really interesting things. They're just going, we got a bunch of money. We're going to go through the algorithm. We're going to do what we know will make us money. And like you said, we'll make a 6 out of 10 movie. It won't be bad, but you won't leave that going, man, I want to fucking rewatch that, or man, that really made me think, or like it's that in the ideal world where money doesn't exist and blah 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 and whatever, you're making a movie to make art, so you want to make art.
Yep.
And there's so many studios that just want to make money. And now if the studios came out and said, hey, look, we got to make like one or two of these kind of slop, like money making ones a year so that we can give you a really good, really cool, like, but kind of experimental movie once a year as well, I'd look at them and go, do what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, you do need to make money.
Yep.
But like, yeah, if they tried to show me like, yeah, no, like we want to make really cool, stuff, but we can't necessarily have all of them because we can only take so many risks, but they just want to make money. I mean, I think the biggest example, or the easiest example at the very least, is Disney remaking the live action like versions of animated things.
Yeah.
I understand trying to remake, like, not remake, but like retell the tale of like Snow White. Like I remember there's like a Chris Hemsworth Snow White movie that came out in the 2010s. It was different. It had a different vibe. The story was slightly different. Like the fable was there. That's fine. Remaking How to Train Your Dragons. That movie came out like in the last 2 decades. Like I think just over a decade ago. Like it's not that old of a movie.
We've also talked about this. I feel like remaking animated films is weird because animation is timeless compared to live action, where like there's obviously live action, there's like very big gaps in quality of like camera footage and everything. Animation, because it's a stylistic medium rather than realistic, it's timeless. Like if the movie's good, the movie will be good forever. Unless there's like, blatant racism or some shit.
Yeah. Sure. But it's like, they know it will make money, so they do it. And it did make money. Some of my favorite YouTubers do this thing every year where they look at the biggest box office hits and the biggest box office flops. And this year was kind of sad because a lot of times you look at the flops and you're like, yeah, that looked like it was going to be a bad movie. Yeah, that was a bad movie. That was a bad movie. Half of them were like, I went to the theaters and I watched that movie and I enjoyed that movie quite a bit. And it didn't make money.
Yep.
But don't worry.
Didn't Lilo and Stitch live action make like 400 mil or something?
Dude, I think it made like $1 billion or something like that. Don't quote me on that. The Lilo and Stitch movie was quite high. I know the Snow White movie didn't do very well.
I had a lot of controversy around it though.
It had controversy around it, which didn't help it. But like,
the actresses aren't good. Great.
Yeah, I'm fine with Rachel Zegler. I have little issue with her. I haven't seen her in much. It's Gal Gadot sucks.
She's horrid.
She sucks.
Her acting is so bad.
Her acting is not good, and she's not much better as a person. So it works out. Yeah, but it was I think Thunderbolts didn't do very well. Superman didn't do very well. Fantastic Four. I want to say One Battle After Another didn't do very well. No. That's one that it's been on my list. I just haven't gotten to it. That was another movie where I kind of looked at it and went, I kind of want to see it. And then I went, it'll go to streaming. And guess what? I went to streaming and I'll probably watch it at home.
Yeah.
But like all the reviews I've gotten for that movie, critically, like well acclaimed, like all positive, didn't do well at the box office. There's times where a movie just doesn't do well. A movie that I know we both really like is The Nice Guys, and it didn't do well when it came out, and it's one of my favorite movies. I think it's great.
Similar to the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie. Loved it. Fantastic. It captured the vibe of D&D. It's fun. It has a couple big name actors in it too. It's got your Chris Pine. But I'm blanking. It's got one of the lady from Fast and Furious. Can't remember her name.
It's got Chris Pine. It's
got Hugh Grant.
Justice Smith.
I keep wanting to say Jude Law.
Michelle Rodriguez. Bradley Cooper.
Yep. Bradley Cooper's a fun, like, you don't know about him, but he's just a little cameo in the movie, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Grant. I don't know why. I always want Hugh Grant and Jude Law to be the same, and they're not the same at all. but I feel like they're just like hot older British guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
They both do a lot of rom-coms.
They do. But yeah, talking about, I guess moving on to the final thing I wanted to somewhat mention is that, like, when we're talking about movie studios and TV studios spending more money per project, quite a bit, I feel like, so this is going to be me shaking my fist at the young generation,
Sure.
even though I'm 24. I feel like a lot of people, because they've grown up with this, with like the entertainment industry, prioritizing like quality in terms of like graphical quality, big actors, set pieces, and all that. A lot of people, and I'm mainly saying this because of something I saw on TikTok last night, prioritize that over actual like writing quality and heart and like soul of a film. So
Sure.
okay, I saw a video earlier today, and I've seen a few of these types of videos of people using AI to like. Have you seen this video? You may not have seen it. There's like an AI thing that people do where they like basically hold up their phone and they make an AI video of them like going around and like standing next to AI actors of movies. Basically, like they cast people in roles. On top of it being AI, which I hate. Someone did this for One Piece. So they like went around and had them stand to like AI castings of One Piece live action characters, which first of all, there's already a One Piece live action and it's great. And I don't know why they need to disrespect the actual actors that are already doing it, because they're doing a fantastic job. But they went around and, for example, they had for Zoro, who's like the green-haired Japanese swordsman, they had Henry Cavill. Like a 40-year-old man. Zoro's 18 at the start of the show, by the way. They had Henry Cavill for that. They had Tom Holland as Luffy, which is just awesome. They had
work.
They had Kevin Hart for Usopp, who's like a 17-year-old kid. They had that's a weird one. Jennifer Lawrence for Nami, I think, and a few other castings. They had Dwayne The Rock Johnson for a guy called Frankie. And just like just like they're big name actors. And again, the One Piece live action. They already have Emily Rudd as Nami. She's great. Respect her. They already have Inaki Godoy as Luffy. Respect him. He's great. Frankie's not live action. They also did one for Shanks, who's another character. Don't know the actor's name, but he's great in live action. There's no need to do it when there's already fucking characters who play them in the real world.
They exist.
But the thing that really hurt me was the comment section. I scrolled for like quite a long time, and almost every single comment was like, oh my god, these are the perfect castings. I would love to see this. I like everyone except this one person. These are so good. Henry Cavill's great for this. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You care more about seeing a big name actor than authenticity and integrity to the part. Like, what's going on, man? It actually physically hurt me to see that, because like the one thing I really appreciate about the One Piece live action is that pretty much none of the actors are like big names. Like Emily Rudd's been in a few things I've seen before. McKenna, who's the guy who plays Zoro, is big in Japan. He's quite popular there, but he's not massive in the West. There's maybe like one or two other decently big actors, or like kind of like B-list actors, I guess. But like a lot of them were like pretty unknown, and it's great because when you, like we mentioned before, when you have an unknown actor, you don't see them as the actor, you see them as the character, which helps make the world feel more alive. They can grow into the role, and they have like it's just a lot better. So that annoyed me, and it annoys me a little bit when I see like it annoys me in voice acting as well. I think we talked about this when like the Mario movie came out. It's like we don't need big name actors to be voice actors. Just cast
actual voice actors. They'll be way less expensive and do a better job.
Yeah, it's just
I
insane.
think some voice actors have been having a hard time getting like big roles because they're not casting voice actors anymore. They're casting actors.
Again,
and there's some actors that are also good voice actors. Chris Pratt's not one of them.
Yeah, like there's some that are really good. Haley Steinfeld is brilliant. Vi and
Haley Steinfeld's really great.
Gwen. But yeah, it's a similar marketing thing as well. They're not getting Chris Pratt as Mario because he's good at being Mario. They're getting him so they can show a marketing
can market him, and then you'll go see it.
That's the reason.
And the Mario movie made over $1 billion.
Yeah, probably because of that. Well, I mean, it would be interesting to see if with unknown actors playing the characters, would it have done as well? I do wonder.
It's a popular IP. I think it would. I think the Mario movie would have done just
probably
maybe not just as well, but it probably would have still done pretty well considering it's like one of the biggest gaming franchises of all time.
Which is why it would have been cool to have more unknown people, but neither that's whatever.
Or even known voice actors.
Exactly.
Who, like if you like, I've started to pick up on a lot of voice actors who are purely voice actors by their voice. Like I just finished Avatar. The guy who plays Robin in Teen Titans isn't ever a main character, but he like does some side characters, and every single time I hear him, I'm like, that's Robin.
Yeah, from watching a lot of anime, that's something I get. Like so often in anime, I'm like, I don't know that person. Let me search up who they are.
Yeah,
and you get to know them, and it's really cool. Yeah, moving on to kind of the thing I was talking about, Heart and Soul. Great song, by the way.
True. Classic.
I started watching a new TV show. Not new, it's an old TV show. I started watching Smallville. The Superman teen grow up TV show. I don't know what the fuck. Came out, when did it start? It was like early 2000s or 90s?
Early 2000s. I want to say like
2001. 2001.
Okay, I don't know why I was either going to say 1 or 3. Not 2.
I was like 6, 7 months old when it came out. So I've only watched 3 episodes so far, but I've complained about like the 40-minute episode thing before, but Smallville has 40-minute episodes, but it also has like 20 episodes a season, which is great, not 8 episodes. And so Smallville, if you haven't seen it, at least the first season, it may get better towards the end. The quality of it in terms of like graphics and VFX is not very good. There's a lot of green screens that look really off. The effects of like fire and explosions look really dumb. But the thing is, none of it has detracted whatsoever from the watching experience of the show. It is still really entertaining. It has like I said, I keep using the heart and soul. It just feels like someone made it with passion for the characters in the world. The world feels lived in. I don't know if at the time any of the actors were like big name actors, but like I don't know any of them. So
I don't think any of I'm looking at the cast list now. I don't think any of these guys are. Hell, most of these guys aren't big name now. I know some of them, but like
I think
Tom Welling, the guy who played Superman, is most famous for playing not even really Superman, Clark Kent, because you don't really see him as Superman in that show.
No, I think the most famous actor is his dad, John Schneider. I think was like because he was in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay. I
think he might be the biggest one. I don't know.
But probably. But it's got like there's some cool people in here. Like Alan Richardson was in some of it. Sam Witwer is a really cool guy. If I don't know if you know him, Dan. He voiced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and is like a big Star Wars nerd. And like I've seen like a bunch of his interviews. He's really cool.
They have
Jensen Ackles was in it.
They have Ian Somerhalder from like Lost, the looks maxing guy.
I was just looking at this guy and I'm like, he's giving me a real look.
Yeah. Alan Richardson was apparently in it, which is cool.
Alan Richardson's good. Jensen Ackles, I'm kind of assuming some of these guys were in like one episode and they're just famous enough that they put them on the cast list.
Because it's very much like a villain of the week type show. Which I really like. I like the villain. It's similar to Psych. Psych's another like villain of the week type show that I think has done really well.
Yeah, and Psych has a lot of good cameos too. The guy who plays Ryan Evans in High School Musical is in this.
Cool.
That would have been around the time. It's Sharpay's friend because I did not remember the character's name whatsoever.
Well, the big thing about all the characters in the show is that they actually feel like, first of all, the high schoolers feel like high schoolers, but all the people in the show, a lot of them do. A lot of them
to a degree. It's definitely a little 2000s-y, and they kind of look older.
I would know the reason why I'm saying that in comparison to something like fucking Riverdale, they feel a lot more like when I say high schools, I don't necessarily mean like they look the age appropriate. I mean they look like normal people. They don't look like a model.
They look okay. Yes, I will. Yeah, 100%. They don't. Like, they're not like modern, all hot models.
Yes, in modern TV, everyone is like a fucking super hot model. Where like I'm watching the show, I'm just like, that's an actor. When I'm watching this, they all feel like actual people that live in Smallville. Like the most attractive character is Lana, who was like the love interest, so it kind of makes sense for her to be like very conventionally attractive. Everyone else is just like a normal looking person.
With like Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, Hunter Schafer, Jacob Elordi, Maud Apatow. Like,
exactly.
I'm looking at this cast and I'm like, these are all pretty attractive people, at least like conventionally. Dominic Fike is in there, Coleman Domingo, like a lot of lookers.
And the thing is, people may say for Euphoria, it's a show about like hot people doing drugs and stuff. Look up Skins. Look up Skins UK. It's a very similar show where it's a bunch of high schoolers doing drugs, getting drunk. It's from England. And you can say what you want about English people and their teeth. You can say what you want. But like the cast,
you can always say it's funny.
The cast look like normal British teenagers. There's like a couple of people in there that like Kaya Scolodario, who was in like the Maze Runner series and stuff. Like she got quite famous afterwards. The person who plays Lex Luthor, fucking forgetting his name right now. He's in it.
He's a regular Nicholas Hoult, but he's kind of a regular looking guy.
Yeah, they're all like
Dev Patel's in it. I've never watched
Dev Patel's in it. Yeah. Skins has a lot of big actors. Daniel Kaluuya's in it. Joe Dempsey, who was in Game of Thrones, is in it. Hannah Murray was in Game of Thrones a little bit. There's a lot of like people that went on to be like decently big actors.
There's some
like,
famous people here. But also they still look like normal people. Like maybe now like they're celebrified. Like they got the money, they can do the facelifts, they can wear the nice clothes. But like Dev Patel, I think, is a pretty normal looking guy. Daniel Kaluuya is like a pretty normal looking guy.
Yep.
They're not like even just looking at like if you just pull up cast, you can tell the people who got famous, people who didn't, because the people who got famous have like super nice photos. It's them on the red carpet, and then there's some people who are like, this is clearly something that they did then, and they probably aren't actors now, which absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then you go to like Euphoria, I'm bringing that up again, their cast list, it's just like red carpet, really nice model like shot, red carpet, Dominic Fike playing music, like they all just feel like they don't feel like real people because they're not. Not that celebrities aren't real, but also
they don't live in the same
They don't feel like your average everyday high schooler. To be fair, Euphoria's not average or everyday, but
yeah, which I'll mention again, and it's a different age group. But so it's not an exact comparison, but I keep seeing clips recently on YouTube of School of Rock, which is, if you know what Letterboxd is, it's one of my top 4 movies on Letterboxd. I think it's one of the greatest movies of all time. It is just so good.
It's a fun movie. And
like Jack Black, yeah, he's a big celebrity now, but back then he was like decently big when he did School of Rock, but he wasn't like, I think that's a movie that kind of elevated to a next level. But like Jack Black looks like a normal dude. None of the other actors in the movie are like these fucking like crazy big celebrities.
It's mostly kids. It's mostly actual kids. Yeah, because I think they're supposed to be like 5th graders.
Yeah, they're like the most famous person to come out of that movie, bar Jack Black, is Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Silverman's in it, who's like decently big actress, I guess.
Yeah, but she's only like kind of in it, or she's
like a side character.
She's not that in it. But yeah, like I'm looking at this cast and it's like not. I don't know how many of these people are famous. I'm not gonna say still acting. I mean, a lot of the pictures from the cast list is them as children.
Exactly.
Weirdly, also Miranda Cosgrove, even though she's still acting. Or at least I think. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with her. No, it's definitely an old photo. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I feel like nowadays when you have kids in movies, it's like, oh, these are the kids who came through like a fucking prestigious acting academy and they're going to be famous for the next 70 years. Whereas you look back at movies
or
in the 2000s,
or they're a famous person's kid.
Exactly. But you look back at the 2000s and 90s, if you look at a movie with a bunch of kids or like teenagers, I'd bet half of them, if not more than half, don't act like ever again after like 5 years from that point. They go in, do the job for the movie, and then just sort of drop out. Not that there's any issue with continuing acting or anything, but it just feels a lot less natural than it kind of did back in the day.
Yeah.
Everything feels like, I feel like everything is like so like clean and polished now. You don't get more rough movies. I don't know if it's like the graphical fidelity and like high quality cameras has something to do with it as well, but I prefer the old look of old TV movies as well. It just feels more like a different experience to just like, I don't know. I feel like the higher quality things get, the more it's just like, oh, that's an actor on a set compared to this is a movie experience. For me, at least.
I think part of that comes to like over reliance on CGI, and it's like instead of doing things practically. I also think it comes down to like, if you want your kind of so-called like slop movie where it's like it's not really that serious, but it's fun. You take a lot of like Judd Apatow movies, which I think are really great, but it's usually you get a funny premise, you get a bunch of funny actors together, you end up doing a lot of improv, and the budget's not that high because it's just people in real life. Those movies are great. Sometimes they're a little lower brow. I love like Talladega Nights and Anchorman. They're not the highest IQ movies. I think they're smart. Like there's smartness in their dumbness almost in a way. But like that's a good movie where I'm like, I could just turn that on. I can kind of half pay attention and it's fine. It's whatever. There, like you said, there was a lot of heart and soul in it. It's funny. You can tell all these people clearly like each other, like, and they work well together. Whereas I guess more of a quote unquote slop movie that comes out now is not, or I guess lower budget movies, is not that. It's just, all right, throw a big name actor or two in there, run a generic script. And it's going to look fine. It's going to do fine, but you're almost going to leave it going, it feels like a skeleton of a movie. Yeah. Or it just feels like the soul of another movie.
Speaking about that, I saw a clip like a week ago or so, and I can't remember the movie name. It might have honestly been the one you're going to see, to be honest. But someone was showing the opening like 20 seconds of like an action movie, and opening 20 seconds, it was like a panning shot over like a city with like a river in front or a lake, and then seeing the city and a bridge on the side. Just a panning shot of that, and there was like music in the background. And the caption on like the TikTok video was like, you can always tell a movie's gonna be mid when like the music, like when it has like this certain like music at the start, like this weird action music. And the way the person showed this is they went onto YouTube and typed up suspense action music movie music. And it's not the exact same song, but it's like the exact same like dun 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 like type fucking beat. Yeah. And it's just like it just screams like, oh, this is action slop. This is not something unique or interesting. It's the same way all these movies open.
They're just all like clones of each other.
Yeah.
They're weird bastardized clones of each other where it's like it's not even like the first clone of a movie, it's like the clone of an idea of a movie. And I mean, look, here's the deal. I think it'd be really funny if I just come back next week and I'm like, that was the best movie. I love that movie. It was so good.
I mean, it's great
I'm
when they
not
define
necessarily saying
expectations.
it's going to be a bad movie. And I think it's always good to see things that you weren't necessarily planning on seeing. If you know, obviously if you can afford it and if it works out. I'm not saying go spend a ton of money to watch something you don't want to do, but like, it's always good to see stuff that you don't necessarily tend to watch. So maybe I watched this and I'm like, you know what, Jason Statham, good job. I enjoyed how you pronounce half of words. I know it's his accent. It's just funny. I'm just watching the trailer. It truly pronounces half of the letters in a word. Yeah.
Also, I don't want to say that like you can only watch good movies. I love watching bad movies. Some of my favorite movies are shit. It's more so media, like the more we go on and more companies care about profit, they just don't take risks. They would rather make a million 6 out of 6 movies than try and make like a 10 out of 10 a lot of the time. I feel like it's like,
and they're spending. Sorry, go for it.
I was gonna say across like all mediums, I feel like the best products we're getting nowadays are from like smaller, more indie developers and studios.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
obviously Arcane, I know it's backed by League of Legends, which is a big game, but like Fortiche, the studio behind it, not necessarily, it wasn't a huge animation studio.
Yeah.
You look at a game like Baldur's Gate 3, Larian was like independent studio. You look at Hollow Knight, 3 indie devs from fucking Australia.
Yeah.
It's very rarely the big companies putting out the best stuff. They're just putting out the most stuff.
Yeah, we're almost seeing like the big companies put a bunch of money into making stuff that will just turn a profit, and then indie companies either not spending a lot of money or not making a lot of money, but making like brilliant things. And we occasionally get like the big box office, like that was a big name movie and that delivered. Like I feel like the summer of like Barbenheimer. Sinners did a really good job, but almost to some degree, I wouldn't call that like it was marketed a lot and there was a ton of money and there was good actors, but I didn't even feel, I guess it wasn't existing IP. It was original content, which comes back to the other issue of like, which we've talked about, but people just making existing
sequels
IP content
and
because they
remakes
know it'll make money.
Yeah.
But you know, we got like the summer of Barbenheimer. Barbie and Oppenheimer were both big budget, big name movies that I think were both very good. They made their money. They were good quality movies. It still happens. Like you said, Sinners I think was awesome. I personally like the Superman movie. I know people that don't. I know a lot of people that do, but like we get so many movies that we're like, oh, this looks like just not interesting as a movie, but there's money behind it, so it gets backed. And then you look at like what movies made the most money this year, and you're like, oh, it's the things that are really safe. Great, because now studios look at that and go, Lilo and Stitch made a ton of money. How to Train Your Dragon made a ton of money. Pixar and their new creations were all doing not very well in how much money they were making. Well, I guess we're just going to remake stuff that's good.
Yeah, the top movies for 2025 was a Minecraft movie with gross 420 mil, Lilo and Stitch gross of 420 mil, Superman 350, Jurassic World Rebirth. So Minecraft movie, existing IP, Lilo and Stitch remake, Superman existing IP, Jurassic World Rebirth sequel, Zootopia 2 sequel, Wicked sequel, Sinners number 7 original, Fantastic Four
movie.
Sequel, How to Train Your Dragon remake, Avatar sequel, Captain America sequel, Mission Impossible sequel, Thunderbolts existing franchise, F1 the movie. I guess we can call that original.
I'd say it's original technically.
The Conjuring Last Rites sequel, Weapons original, Final Destination sequel, Demon Slayer continuation of an animated series, The Lion King sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
The Lion King?
Mufasa,
it didn't even come out this year.
Mufasa,
that
The Lion
one.
King.
Okay, I forgot about that. See, completely
and then FNAF 2 sequel. So out of the top 20 movies, I think 3 were original.
3?
That's horrid. That's so bad.
That's not great.
What the fuck? And then if we want to move on from that, Dogman original, Freaky Friday, Predator, Snow White, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, The Bad Guys 2, Black Phone 2, Tron. Like it's just so many sequels and remakes and sequels and remakes. And like I don't like some are good. I like seeing, like, I'm happy there's a How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3. I'm happy there's a Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3. But like
making a sequel isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It gets to a point when like in a top 20 grossing movies for a year, it should be at least 50-50. 3 to 20 is insane.
Yeah, 3 to 20 is really bad. It's not great.
Yeah, that's those are domestic box office numbers. International, I think those were over $1 billion. But
I was gonna say I know multiple of those made.
Yeah, I want to go back to 2024 domestic box office. Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Wicked, Moana 2, Despicable Me 4, Beetlejuice, which I guess is an existing IP. Dune Part 2.
It's a sequel.
2. True. Twisters, so that's 1 out of top 20 is original. Godzilla, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Twisters is not original, it's a remake.
Okay, never mind. Godzilla
Sorry.
Kong, Kung Fu Panda 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die, Planet of the Apes, Gladiator 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 apparently was also 2024. It Ends With Us, I think, is original. Yeah, that's original. So that's 1. The Wild Robot is...
That's original.
That's original. That's 2. Venom, A Quiet Place. Mufasa the Lion King was also that year. I guess it's also counting grossing from just
It's
when
probably like a December, January kind of release.
Yeah, December 20, and then Ghostbusters. So 2 out of 20
Wow.
for 2024. Let's try 2023. I want to see how far do I have to go back to find more than 10 originals.
It might take us too long.
2023, we have Barbie. Will we consider Barbie an original movie?
Oh, that's difficult because on one end, yes. On another end, technically, there's like a billion Barbie movies.
Yeah. I'm willing to give it.
I'll give it.
Just to help. So Barbie, Super Mario Bros. I'm not going to give that.
I'm not giving that. That's existing IP.
Spider-Man, Guardians 3,
No.
Oppenheimer will give. Little Mermaid,
Give.
Avatar, Ant-Man the Wasp, John Wick 4, Sound of Freedom, I think is original.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
original.
Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, I'm not fucking counting that.
It's technically original.
But fine. Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, Hunger Games, Transformers, Creed 3, Elemental's original. That's 5.
Yeah. it
Fast
is.
10, FNAF, and Wonka. So 5, that's better. Go on, 2023. We're cooking. Let's keep going.
It's not great.
Top Gun Maverick, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Avatar, Jurassic World, Minions, The Batman, Thor Love and Thunder, Spider-Man, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Black Adam is original. It's a part of a franchise, but it's original. Elvis, Uncharted, Nope. Lightyear is Toy Story, so no. Smiles original. The Lost City is original. 6. Bullet Train, The Bad Guys. That's 8. And Fantastic Beasts.
That's
was
if we
number 20.
don't. I think that's if we don't consider existing IP.
If we, yeah,
I think we might have been considering existing IP at the beginning.
Black Adam was what I was counting.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I think when I'm talking about, I think I'll allow. I don't know. I'm
We've realized how low the bar is, and we have to be able to push the bar slightly further up.
I'm more willing to allow DC standalone. Like, I didn't consider the Batman, but I consider Black Adam because it's a lot more disconnected, I guess.
But there's also been other Batman movies where there's never been a Black Adam movie.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of giving it.
Technically,
Okay,
don't count
2021.
animated movies.
Spider-Man, Shang-Chi. I won't count Shang-Chi because it's part of the MCU.
Okay.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Black Widow, which is the Marvel movie, right? Yep. Fast 9, Eternals, MCU. No Time to Die, that's 1. Quiet Place Part 2.
No Time to Die is a James Bond movie.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's a sequel.
A Quiet Place Part 2, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Free Guy. There we go.
Okay, well, that is an original movie.
Jungle Cruise, which is like Dwayne Johnson, I think. It's original. Godzilla Kong,
counts, I guess.
Dune Part 1, we can count.
Sure.
I know there's an original Dune movie, but like, I'll let them have it. Halloween Kills, Encanto is original. Cruella, there's technically been, has there been a Cruella in the past? There has, right?
No, but there's, if you want to give it to it, I will.
I'll give it.
But
Okay, we won't. Sing 2, Space Jam, The Conjuring, Candyman. Candyman original?
no, it's a remake. Sorry.
Okay, well this is
It's rough out here.
We've got like 8 at most. Well, that was counting Black Adam.
Where are we?
We're now at 2020.
Stop at 2019.
Bad Boys for Life. 1917 is 1. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Did we count that? The first one.
No.
Okay. Jumanji Next Level. Star Wars Episode 9. Birds of Prey, The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That's DC.
Nah.
Doolittle. We kind of Doolittle?
Yeah, sure.
Little Woman.
Actually, that might be a remake. Little Woman is also a remake.
Yeah. I think Doolittle is a remake, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there was a different Doolittle movie.
So we won't count that. The Invisible Man. Is that a remake? I don't think so. It's a horror movie. I think that's original.
Invisible Man movie.
Looks like it.
Technically there was a 1933 film, but I'm allowed.
We'll allow it. If it's been more than like 50 years since the original.
No, there was a 1998 as well.
Is it the same movie though? Is it like an actual remake or is it just the same name?
I don't know. Let's count it for the hell of it.
I'll count it. The Call of the Wild.
It's probably not.
That's an original, I think.
I don't know. We might get weird films in 2020 because it's COVID. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that's original. I forgot about that movie.
Onward looks original.
Onward's original.
Tenet's original. The first Knives Out is original, right?
Yeah.
5.
No, it is.
Frozen 2, Spies in Disguise.
What the fuck is that?
It's the animated movie with Will Smith and Tom Holland. That's original.
God, I guess we can count it.
The Gentleman. Is The Gentleman movie original?
Yeah.
It is, right? Because
I know they had a TV series.
I've seen the TV show.
Before or after. I've seen the movie.
The TV show was after. So we'll count,
then yeah,
we'll
that's
count
original.
That.
That's original.
That's 6, right? Or was that 7? 1, 2.
Like we can go 7 just to see if we can
we'll go 7. Fuck it.
Decide.
Just Mercy.
That sounds.
Oh, that's the movie where Michael B. Jordan's like a lawyer. That's original.
That's original.
8.
8?
The Croods, A New Age. Nope. Parasite. Parasite's original.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Fantasy Island is 10. Okay, let me count and make sure we actually got 10. Fantasy Island, Parasite, Just Mercy, The Gentleman, Spies in Disguise, Tenet, Onward, The Call of the Wind, The Invisible Man. Doolittle, are we giving? No, we're not giving Doolittle.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're not giving Doolittle, sorry.
1917. 2020 is the last year where out of the top 20 grossing films, 50% of them were not sequels or remakes. Fucking hell. That's bad, dude.
And honestly, 2020 is a weird year for like
COVID.
Counting box office because that's when COVID hit. So you get a lot of like things that came out in January and February that were not necessarily that popular ended up winning because no one else went to the theaters after that.
Yeah, look, I'm going to read down the dates the top 20 films came out in. January, just the month. January, December, February, December, February, January, December, February, March, September, November. And I'm assuming November's like the previous year. Most likely.
Well, probably not. I don't know. Does it say the date? December, maybe. November.
Yeah,
it could be at the end of the year.
Nope. All the ones
it's the year prior.
All the ones that are November, December are the prior year.
Okay.
November, December, January, December, November, October, February, December. Yeah. So.
It's rough.
Oof. Yeah, that's a tough
rough
one. Well, go support new movies.
Yeah, go watch new movies. Go watch stuff that you think is gonna be good.
Go watch Shelter with Jason Statham.
Go watch Shelter with Jason Statham, I guess. Jason Statham, pay me money. I guess he's letting me watch this movie for free. He didn't do anything. I don't know why I'm giving him credit. My local radio station got me tickets. So, well, Dan, you'll get to hear how it is next week. I really hope it's like absolutely fantastic and I come back and I'm like, hey, so I have to take back everything that I said. I think that'd be fun. We'll find out. I'll let you know.
Hey, the movie was really good, but I couldn't understand anything Jason Statham was saying.
It was really good, and then he started talking, and they put subtitles, but only for him. That'd be awesome.
That'd be funny.
I don't know. Well, have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, enjoy shelter.
Or don't. Yeah, enjoy shelter, I guess. All right.